Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, please make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. We're able to be a little more explicit, a little more uncensored, and share content freely without running the risk of having our channel terminated. So, once again, make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers, so if you like this video, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. Now let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, first and foremost, y'all, Merry Christmas. I hope everybody is enjoying their holiday and got whatever they want. I know majority of y'all probably did more giving than receiving, and that's okay. Maybe next year. But anyway, you would think that Christmas is here and the New Year's approaching, that things would be pretty chill. However, that don't seem to be the case for these guys, and I guess they plan on ending the year with a bang. Memo600 and OTF Dede will get into it and clap at each other on Christmas Eve, where you would think that these guys should be spending time with their families, enjoying themselves, but no, that ain't the case here. Now, I'm not sure who started what or how everything even started in the first place, but based on what Mimo said on one of the slides, Dede must have mentioned Mimo's name in a song. Now, things would get a little intense to the point where Mimo called himself sliding down certain Chicago blocks, posting it to his story and letting it be known that he's in Chicago. He also tagged the two. Now, I'm assuming the blocks he was riding through are blocks he knows some of the guys be at, because keep in mind that before Mimo and the OTF guys were into it, they were actually friends at one point in time. So if anybody would know, he definitely would know where these guys be at and what's going on, so that could also be tricky at times as well. Now, it's kind of rare you see OTF Dede going back and forth with anybody on social media. It seemed like he realized what he was doing isn't like himself, because he would end up deleting some of his responses to Mimo. But y'all know how the internet operates. Once you post it, it's out there and someone caught it. In this case, we are the someones. So we're going to get into what Mimo and Dede had to say to each other. Y'all make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you aren't already. Now, OTF Dede didn't really keep going as much as Mimo did, so we're going to get into what Dede had to say first and then after Mimo. Dede would take to his Instagram story to say, quote, "At Mimo from 060, you a effing lame. I don't beef on the internet, goofy," and he put the police emoji. "And I don't know why you playing with either. I'm the same person that was about to smack you in AZ and you ducked your top. The guys had to save you, clown emoji." Then in the next slide, we'll say, quote, "When Big Worm said, 'What the F that gotta do with me?' laughing emoji, mood all 2024. Now, for y'all that are kind of lost on what's going on, 9 times out of 10, Dede is talking about the situation where people are alleging that Mimo got his chain snatched. However, it wasn't Mimo that got his chain snatched. It was somebody that was associated with Mimo. But at the end of the day, Dede is stating that it don't matter. If that's your man's, then you're supposed to wear that L with him, especially if you're the one that gave him the chain, right? Not sit there and say that because it didn't happen to you, that it don't matter. Which is why he said Big Worm mood all 2024. If y'all seen the movie Friday when Big Worm said it to Smokey, then y'all know exactly what he's referring to. But I do understand both sides of that, because Mimo may not want to say it didn't happen to him, but he has an image to uphold himself. And he can't be having people thinking that he the one that got his chain snatched if he really wasn't the one that it happened to. So it's like a damn if you do, damn if you don't situation, and it just is what it is. Now in the next slide, OTF Dede will also say, quote, "How many times you got your chains took, Mr. Stepper?" Now, I'm not sure how many times Mimo got his chains took. I thought it was just this one situation that happened where Steve Drive's chain was taken from either him or an associate. But according to Dede, it was more than one time that Mimo got his chain took. And once again, y'all got to remember that these guys really know each other, and at some point in time, they were cool. So I'm sure Dede knows some inside information, and the same with Mimo. But from the outside looking in, I don't know Mimo to have gotten his chains taken more than once. But anyway, in a more recent post, Dede would throw a sub out there and say, quote, "N-words starting to believe their own lies they tell they self." So he pretty much saying that Mimo's lying, and that pretty much sums it up there, right? That's all Dede would have to say in regards to the situation. Mimo will be the one with a little more to say, as he would take to his Instagram story to reply and say, quote, "At OTF Dede on Steve, don't say my name in no song, and it's a whole N-word out here took your virginity on cool. You N-words do it for social media." Then in the next slide, he would say, quote, "I'm finna do you how T.I. did Lil Flip. You wanna play these games?" Now, when it comes to the whole Flip and T.I. situation, you already know how it went. Flip pretty much was put out of commission when it came to T.I. His career done, right? On that situation. Now, when it comes to him saying that there's a whole guy out there that took your virginity, if y'all remember back before, Mimo already alleged that OTF Dede was either inappropriately touched by a man when he was young or engaged into some zesty something with another man when he was younger, something to that extent. I got the audio from either Clubhouse or something. I forgot where it was, but he definitely said it. And now he's saying it again. Now, we don't know how true this is, but Mimo have been saying this for a while now. And of course, we would never know how true it is because Dede ain't going to admit something like that if it really even happened anyway. But once again, these guys know inside information about each other. That's one of the worst things when you end up getting into it with someone you was once cool with, because they know your locations, where your family reside, dark secrets, all type of stuff, man. Now, Mimo would take to his next slide to say, quote, "On Steve, keep playing, I'ma tag folks who chain they took. You trying to say I got took cause old dog took your mouth on cool." Sheesh. Then in the next slide, Mimo will sit there and tag Chicago, Illinois, letting it be known that he's pretty much in the city. Now, for y'all that are kind of unaware of what's going on with the whole chain being taken situation, we did a video on this a long time ago. We're not going to say any names, but Mimo is pretty much lined up to settle his differences with a certain someone, and when he arrived with an associate, they would be attacked. Rumor has it that Mimo ran and got away, but the dude he came with wasn't so lucky. He would get his Steve drive chain taken and teeth knocked out according to sources. The rumor came out that it was Mimo that got his chain took. Mimo immediately went live to show that he still got his chain. Mimo never exposed who it was that got their chain took, being that it's one of his associates out of respect. But like I stated earlier, it's one of those situations where if he don't let it be known that it wasn't him, people are going to believe that it was Mimo who got his chain taken, and it pretty much is going to hurt his image. So it's a damn if you do, damn if you don't situation. Now in the next slide, Mimo will go on to say, quote, "We forgot about that video. I think Men in Black hit us with that light. Laughing emojis, exclamation mark emoji." Now, if y'all don't know what video Mimo is talking about, it's a video that have surfaced of OTF Dede years ago getting lined up by a girl. He would meet up with a woman, and when he got there, one of his ops would catch him slipping. Although he didn't kill Dede, he made him do a lot of weird things on camera, including some things that we can't say on YouTube, as well as cutting some of his dreads off and straight humiliated him and recorded it for the world to see. Now, we don't know what happened, but the girl that set him up will be killed shortly after the incident went viral. Now, I did always wonder how Dede would recover from something like that, because I can't sit here and say that Dede a punk, because that's a situation that can happen to anybody. 9 times out of 10, if someone is pointing a weapon to your face telling you to do something, you're gonna do it. But you gotta be pretty bold to go through that in the world to see and still act tough. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, it don't mean he's soft or nothing, but you just gotta be real bold. Either that or he's really that guy. Now anyway, Mimo will take to his next slide to say, quote, "Ain't y'all raps be dookie as hell. Don't even be worth you getting your butt treated by Mimo on cool. Talking about a threat and got your virginity took by a man on LA." Now, he's pretty serious about this man getting his virginity took by another man. Once again, we don't know how true it is, but it just is what it is. And the next slide, he will go on to say, quote, "You worry about the wrong person. Buddy outside still taking ish. Crying emoji." Then in the next slide, Mimo will go on to say, quote, "I'ma post this to your kids 30 years old and old enough to understand." Now, I'm assuming he's talking about he's going to say that, you know, he got his virginity took by a man, and he's going to continue to say it until his kids is old enough to understand, which is kind of crazy because now he's bringing the kids into it, and it just goes downhill from there whenever somebody brings up kids, man. Then in the next slide, Mimo will go on to say, quote, "Go kill something." Flat out, just like that, go kill something. Mimo crazy, man. Then Mimo will post videos of him riding around Chicago, I'm guessing of blocks that he knows Dede or any of the guys would be on, also letting it be known that he's in Chicago. Then in the next post, Mimo would say, quote, "Little folks ain't want to get in the car with me, I'm riding around with a grenade." And if you put 2 and 2 together, then you know what he's trying to say, followed by the videos of him riding around blocks in Chicago, then you know what's going on. Now, I can't lie, Mimo got to be very careful with his words, because although he's being sarcastic or figuratively speaking, we know them people are watching and they could take things serious and use it against him in the court of law. We know they play dirty, and even when you think they won't, they damn sure will. And they always watching. Now, THF Bayzoo would chime in on the situation himself and post a subliminal. And for y'all that know what's going on, y'all know his role in the whole situation when it comes to Mimo and the Steve drive chain being taken. Now THF Bayzoo would take to his story to say, quote, "I got videos of rappers getting stripped for their J and pose. Stop sliding through them blocks, taking pictures, leaving a paper trail. We not into it with nobody. You out there thugging with birds." Now he's pretty much saying, Mimo riding around them blocks, but he's leaving a trail. He's doing the police work by letting it be known that y'all into it. You riding down blocks. All that is leaving a trail. Let's say something does happen. Let's say Mimo or one of them actually see OTF Dede and something happen. Guess what? They got a whole track record of everything that's been going on because it's on social media. So I do agree with him on that one. It just don't make sense to be making those type of posts, especially if you threatening somebody. Now, once again, if you know what's going on, you know the type of role that THF Bayzoo plays in this whole chain taking situation. So if he's saying he got videos of rappers getting their J took, meaning jewelry, and pose, and y'all know what that means, then it might be true. Who knows? But like I said, Mimo is saying it wasn't him. It was his man's. So at the end of the day, if he got videos, that's all the proof you need. So he just need to drop that video so we can quiet all this, and then it'll just be what it be. Now, once again, y'all, I don't know what's going on and why these guys chose Christmas and Christmas Eve to be this angry. But however, it looks like these guys going into the new year on the same type of time. I'll keep you guys updated on what's going on, and y'all get in the comments and let me know if y'all really think the allegations Mimo is making about Dede getting his virginity taken by a man is true or not. That'd be crazy if it is. And once again, these guys were cool at one point, and there's no telling what they know and what they may expose about one another. All right, we just know that they know each other's secrets. But as for now, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everybody. Make sure y'all don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm going to keep on dropping. And I'm out.